They tricked you to think that this is all fun and games, or they call you a content creator or influencer or just a regular person. You got 300 followers, 500 followers. It doesn't matter. You're still making content. You are the product. They are the business. You're working for them for free and you're not getting paid.
Being on social media is worse than signing a bad record deal. Run that clip.
Look at the music industry as these artists, they signed their rights away, they gave away their masters, or these different executives, they took advantage of these artists. And I would never do that if I was in a position that I would always control my master. You signed your masters away for free. If you're on social media, you agreed to let them use your content, repurpose your content however they feel free. You agreed to promote their platform. You're actually making content for them, which they're selling ads against, and you're not getting paid anything. And you've never questioned it one time. So anything that's free, you're the product. That's like an artist going into the studio for 10 hours a day and making an album every single week and never receiving one royalty, because that's what we're doing. You think you're just making a post. You're making content that they're selling ads against. If there's no platform and nobody's making content, then there's no revenue model for them to make money from. You never thought about it like that. You're literally working for them and you've never got paid for it. You don't own your content. You gave the rights away as soon as you signed up for it. And you want to complain about Diddy. Y'all got 360 deals for free and you're okay with that. And I've never heard one person complain. Think about it. They tricked you to think that this is all fun and games, or they call you a content creator or influencer or just a regular person. You got 300 followers, 500 followers. It doesn't matter. You're still making content. You are the product. They are the business. You're working for them for free. You don't have any control of what they do. You can't control who you reach. You don't control your content and you're not getting paid.
Now, there is a truth in the fact that if the product is free, you are the product, right? We've seen that time and time again. That is the model of the internet. User-generated content is where we hit scale. But I disagree with a whole lot of this shit, right?
Yeah. Same.
Just because of the sensitive topic of actually being in the industry, seeing what artists' deals look like, and the choice you have to wake up and create social media and be on there, right?
Yeah.
So yes, I think it rings true that for sure, yes, they use your content. Yes, they have rights to continue to use your content. You're helping build their platform 100%, right? But one, they're building it on the aggregate of everybody popping out and being active on the platform. They're not building it on the individual head of the artist and I go on a tour and now I just individually sold these tickets and then you're taking my shit, right?
Yeah.
Like that's one thing. But let's like look at what real deals really look like when we talk about artists. One, you're in the deal and it's contractually obligated for you to be able to, like, for you not to be able to leave that deal until you have a certain amount of metrics you hit, right?
Yeah.
You also are getting a loan. There's no loan occurring on social media, right?
Yeah.
That you then have to pay back to get your music to be owned by you again. Or shit, you might have given away your ownership on top of the fact that you took a loan against it, right? On social media, dog, yes, they might be able to use your content, but you still own the content. Like there is more licensing than anything, right? Now that might not be the technical term when you get into the real legal, aspect of things, but you still have the ability to take your content on different platforms. You have the ability to stop posting. You have the ability to like literally delete your content and it not be seen on those platforms for the most part, generally speaking. On top of that, the opportunities, they blew up on social media. Rashad, who's speaking, we have blown up and built a massive base on social media. So the opportunity to me is so different. You can't say that it's worse. Now, if you said like there's some resemblance, that's not as viral as a statement. You know what I mean? Or you say, shoot, there's some aspects of it or it just sucks. Like, bro, they kind of screwing you over and just leave the record deal out of it. Then I'm all with that. But once you compare it to a record deal and how bad these record deals really are and how you actually lock down and they taking your life and your product, nah, bro, it's different. Stop what you're doing. We got to interrupt you to let you know you can win $20,000 by submitting your music to toolost.com/collab for the crown. We're looking for the best songs and we're partnering with Too Lost. So if you think you got some great music, if you think you got the goods, Go to that site, tolost.com/collab for the crown. Check out the instructions for the contest. Win up to $20,000 and make sure you put in no label when you create your profile on Too Lost so you can make sure you get 3 months completely free. That's tolost.com/collab for the crown. And again, when you sign up, put in the code no label, all one word, and you will get 3 months completely free. Go win that $20,000 because you know you got the goods, you got the talent. You just got to make sure you submit. Peace.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think that's the part that's not thought about, like the long-term ownership aspect. Because, you know, I've taken my TikToks and posted them on Instagram. We've used them on the YouTube channel. And as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know, I haven't received any letters in the mail telling me to stop. Versus if I was an artist and I recorded a song with Atlantic and I try to take that shit to Columbia, it is not going down like that. You know, not without some type of very intense legal battle.
Yep.
And then I think to the point about not being paid for the content, I don't know. I think it's really similar to the streaming model in a sense. Like, I'll give them that, right? Like, hey, if you're a creator with 500 followers, you're not getting paid as much as the creator with 500,000 followers. Just like if you're an artist with 1,000 monthly listeners, you're not getting paid as much as the artist with 10 million monthly listeners.
Or
like,
not at all on social media. There's a lot of people who aren't getting paid at all on social media.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And, you know, which I get, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a battle of attention. Like, we going to pay who gains us the most attention, which, like I said, that's the only real similarity I kind of see between that and music. Is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. But that goes back to the creator and then the artist themselves, right? Because every artist isn't going to get 10 million monthly listeners, just like every content creator is going to get 1 million followers. You know what I'm saying? It's just the reality of the nature, and you know what you're dealing with. Now, I will give them this. I think both industries are similar in the fact that they are both pushing for the creators to monetize their audience and not really look at the platform to pay them, right? Instagram is like, hey, bro, get these motherfuckers to give you these badges, right? Set up these subscriptions, you know what I'm saying? Get your fans to pay you. Same way labels are like, yo, bro, go build community, man. Go sell some experiences. Go put XYZ together, merch and stuff that you can sell to them. Those two similarities I see. Beyond that, when you talk about the ownership of things, the licensing, to your point, how long you're contractually obligated to these people, that is what makes it vastly different.
And then check this out. He threw out the term 360, saying we complaining about Diddy, but then we already signed in 360s for free. That is not the same.
Yeah.
If I am an artist and I'm in a 360 deal, I'm dropping music on this streaming platform, got it. That's my money. And then I drop some merch, got it, that's my money. I do a tour, got it, that's my money. The label is taking a piece of all of that. But if I'm on Instagram and then I go drop some content on TikTok or YouTube and I make some YouTube ad revenue, Instagram's not taking that money. Mm-hmm. If I go drop some merch on Shopify, Instagram's not taking that money. If I go do a live show, they don't get none of that money of the show that we about to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a vastly different agreement. And I think if you consider free marketing cost and the level of being able to build your business up for the cost of social media is nothing. That's what's allowed so many businesses to be able to grow the way they have in a way that you couldn't do in the past. I have distribution for free to get this attention in ways that I never could before. Yes, they might be monetizing it. Now, when you get into privacy and how people feel around that, that's a different conversation, right? And what data you want to be seen or not. But in terms of just the sheer opportunity, when we're talking about economics, because that's what he's really referring to, more the economics of a record deal versus a social media deal, if you will. The economics for the individual who's trying to actively use it as an entrepreneur, especially a business person, far outweigh the economics of a record deal.
Yeah, so that's the point that I kind of was thinking about too. Like, I'm wondering if Rashad was speaking on like the actual content creators that really do get deals, because we know, man, like certain platforms will strike deals with certain creators once they reach a certain level, but that's like 1% of the the influencers in that base. If he's talking about them, I get it. If he's talking about just like the everyday content creator, you know what I'm saying? Like, to your point, the one that's making videos to grow his business, but you know, he don't know, he might pop in 3 months and get 500,000 followers out of nowhere. It's not the same. It's not even close to the same.
No, it's not. It's not. But keep on posting and bringing out those takes, man. I appreciate their content. But that one, nah. Can't let that one run, man. A 360 deal is just
crazy,
a whole
bro.
nother. That's a whole other thing than social media. You know what I'm saying? And it will be wild for us to all be using social media, and they wouldn't be using social media if it really was as bad as a 360 deal. But let's get into this next topic.